Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to study Introduction of Object-Oriented Programming. What is Object-Oriented Programming? As the name suggests, Object-Oriented Programming or OOPS refers to languages that use objects in programming. Here, the short form of object-oriented programming is OOP or OOPS. This S stands for structure or system. This object programming structures, and it also called as object programming system, or simply we can call it as object-oriented programming, or simply we can call it as OOP. Here refers to languages. Here the meaning of languages means Python, Java, C++, etc. In those languages, if we use objects in programming, suppose consider a Python, in that if we use objects in the programming, then it is known as object-oriented programming through Python. If we use this same object-oriented programming concepts in C++, then it is known as object-oriented programming through C++. Similarly, we can call it as, if we use this programming, object-oriented programming in Java, then it is known as object-oriented programming in through Java. Now, what is the aim of object-oriented programming? The main aim of object-oriented programming is to implement real-world entities. What are the real-world entities are? That is such as inheritance, hiding, polymorphism, abstraction, etc. in programming. These concepts we will learn in the coming videos. What is the meaning of inheritance? The inheritance meaning itself, suppose if we consider in the real examples, inheritance means the property of the ancestors coming to our parents and our parents' property coming to our generation. That manner, that is known as inheritance property. Similarly, in object-oriented programming is also, there is a concept, this is known as inheritance concept. We will study in detail in coming videos. Similarly, here the data hiding, it is known as hiding the data. Polymorphism, the meaning of polymorphism means, poly means many, morphism means forms. The data is here in many forms. Then the second is that the main aim of OOP is to bind together the data and the functions that operate on them so that no other part of the code can access this data except that function. Now here, this is the main of the object-oriented programming. One should not forget the main aim of object programming while writing the programs. Understanding here, if you are writing in the language of Python, then it is known as object-oriented programming through Python, as I already mentioned. Now, here mainly understand that to bind together two things, the data and the functions. One should not forget these keywords while writing in the examinations about the about the aim of object-oriented programming. I would like to discuss more how to write in examinations with what type of keywords. Generally, the students will follow, they study but they write something. They study something and write something. So to write and study, both alignment takes place when you remember the keywords of a particular subject. Thank you.